that would have exposed so many brains.
Oh, I see.
If you're born with a hat on your head, there's not also going to be skin there.
Well, if somebody put the hat up there before you were born, which is like a regular hat, and they were like, here you go, kiddo, pop this on before you come out.
It seems unlikely. It seems implausible, though.
It seems just as unlikely as the idea that his head came with a biological hat.
Yeah, some said he was born with a hat on his head. Then did the hat grow along with him?
Right. Wait, is this an actual thing people said?
I mean, that was a saying back in the 1990s.
Yeah, I don't remember like thinking LL Cool J, LL Cool J. You never notice, nobody ever talks about it, but his hat's got veins. It's pulsing.
I mean, that wasn't the implication. I think it was more he always wore a hat. But you know when he finally took the hat off?
When?
Halloween.
The Grammys.
Nope, Halloween H2O.
Ooh, I saw that in the theaters.
So did I at the mall. Did we go to the same one? No, we weren't friends back then, I don't think.
I don't think I went and saw movies at the mall either.
It was the one movie I ever saw at the mall. It was with AJ, friend of the show, AJ. And he was the one who told me that, like, he was freaking out because they showed LL Cool J without his hat. And he was like, Tim, you don't understand. Some say he was born with a hat on his head.
Yeah.
But we were proven wrong. And it was also Jamie Lee Curtis's triumphant return to the Halloween franchise.
Yeah. Anyway.
Landmark day. You got LL Cool J in a hat. You got Jamie Lee Curtis returning.
Back again.
You got me watching a movie at a mall.
Yeah. And Mike Myers.
Yeah. Austin Powers himself.
No,
yeah,
not
baby.
no.
Right?
No, Tim. That's the name of the bad guy.
I think he made us all horny that day, right?
Anyway, what were we talking about?
Hats, you idiot. Hats.
But before you were talking about LL Cool J?
Oh, why hats?
Well, why hats? Yeah.
Is it just a baldy was like... Ugh.
No, I mean, hats.
One of your people, Tom.
Hats originally probably came from, like, cavemen who were cold.
Guess what? Cover up the rest of your body. Cover up your other shoulder.
Oh, because they've just got the sling?
Yeah.
No, but this was probably after that. Somebody at some point took a dead raccoon or something, put it on their head, and said, great, I'm all set now. I'm much warmer.
You know what? First of all, that's a myth about like 80% of your heat escaping from your head. That's an old wives' tale. And guess what? Wives are dumb.
Wives are liars.
Is it the wives are old or they're old tales that were told by wives?
Depends on the wife.
Really makes you think, Tom.
All right, but putting a
thought-provoking discussion. Thought.
Putting a hat on still makes you warmer, though. Maybe it's not. Yes,
depends.
Absolutely.
If it covers your ears, but we'll talk about this later.
All right. But, 80% might be an exaggeration, but still, a hat keeps you warm. Look, Tim, we got to keep some credibility in this pod. You can't just be spouting these...
Well, no. Here's the thing, Tom. Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, you accidentally shaved off all your hair last week.
Well, not all my hair. Just all the hair on my head.
All right.
And not my eyebrows.
God, I hate you
Thank
so
God.
much. So, like 80%, like what that would mean would like if it was very cold outside, if it was like 0 degrees.
I know what that.
No, hold on. You'd be better off going out with a hat and completely naked than wearing a snowsuit and no hat. Which is absurd. Or as some people say, absurd.
Nobody says that.
Some do. Librarians say that.
It's not true. Tim, you've never spoken with a librarian.
I've been spoken to by many librarians. In very harsh tones.
Yeah, but when you try and speak back to them, it's all...
Humana. Yeah. All right. Tom, can we get to my top 10 hats list?
Well,
I worked very hard on a list.
All right, fine.
Of the top. Wait, what? What do you want to talk about?
No, it's fine. I mean, I still don't understand why you're so disparaging of hats, but especially because you usually when I don't have a bald head, You wear hats more often than I do.
This is true. I usually wear either an old faded Yankees cap or a Sully movie cap that you got me for Christmas last year. Thank you very much, Tom.
You're welcome. Not a captain's hat, though, to be clear.
Oh, God, I would never dream of...
disgracing the office.
Yeah. And some people would be like, what are you trying to usurp Sully?
Yeah,
Chesley Sully Sullenberger? No, I'm not going to do that.
You think you're Sully? You're no Sully. I don't know what accent that was.
I feel like you were gearing up for a Boston accent, and I don't know why.
Because
Because
half the people in Boston are named Sully.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, Sully, give me another beer. Take it out to the Cape House.
If you ever said that to Chesley Sully Sullenberger,
he'd take that hat off.
I'd
and whoop my ass.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Tom.
Top 10 hats.
Top 10 hats. Like
Tim's top 10 hats.
Yeah, there are many. You acted like that was going to be a lot more alliteration than it actually was.
Tim's top 10 tats.
My top 10 tats? Tom?
Yeah, top 10 tattoos.
Number 10, mom in a heart.
Okay.
Number 2.
We're going from 10 to 2.
Number 9. Tom, I didn't prepare this top 10.
You know what? That's unfair. We know number 10's mom in a heart. Number 1 is Taz.
Yeah.
Now, let's...
Well, Taz in Carolina Panthers gear.
Like a jersey, at least.
Yeah.
Maybe a hat.
Hey, look, a perfect segue back to the top 10 list. Mm-hmm. Tom, do you have a favorite kind of hat?
I don't know if I have a favorite type of hat. It depends on the season.
Okay. Well, you're going to have to listen. There are a lot of types of hats out there, Tom.
Okay.
I'll tell you right now, cowboy hat doesn't even touch my list.
It doesn't even make the top 10.
Doesn't even make the top 10.
Wow.
This is how deep this list goes.
It sounds like this list is deeper than a 10-gallon hat.
I'm a hat connoisseur, haberdasher. What?
You're not a hat connoisseur. You just said you have 2 hats, and one I gave you a few months ago.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that I'm not an enthusiast. I'm a fan.
But a purist. For yourself personally.
Yeah, look, here's the thing about hats. Very dependent on your look, right? Like, not like some hats are just for some people, and like you're not gonna change that, right? Like, I can't wear a cowboy hat. I can't wear a lot of the hats that I admire the most.
Right.
And that's
not
fine.
even in the privacy of your own home?
No, because I look like an asshole, Tom.
Well, but maybe if it's just you alone wearing the hat.
Tom, so I got some ground rules for the top 10.
Okay.
Number 1.
Yes.
Not considering any religious hats. Because that's a minefield. I don't want to rank a yarmulke over a whatever, Like that's not what I'm here to do.
You couldn't think of another religious hat except a yarmulke.
I could, but I thought I'd mispronounce it, so I didn't.
It's pronounced Pope hat.
Number 2, I would not consider any hats with mechanical attachments.
Like what?
Like a beanie with a propeller on it, Tom. Because obviously that's number 1. That's the coolest hat.
That's barely mechanical. So let me ask you then, does a helmet with straws and 2 beer cans count as a mechanical hat?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. That was a trick question.
Yeah. If it serves a functional purpose, it's probably...
A beanie with a propeller does not allow you to fly.
Well, it at least allows you to chop anybody's hand off who tries to flick your ear.
It's true.
If you get it going fast enough.
If you got a big enough propeller.
Bing, right?
Yeah. Well, you're talking about like a beanie with propellers wider than your shoulders.
Right. So this doesn't rule out
that runs on
beanies
diesel.
without propellers. We'll see if that makes the list.
Whoa.
Spoiler, it doesn't, because who the hell would wear a beanie if it didn't have a propeller on it?
Yeah.
What kind of idiot are you?
Yeah.
All right, Tom. Ground rules out of the way.
Great.
We're ready to go.
All right.
Top 10 hats, which we both agreed on, by the way.
No, we didn't. I
agreed.
have not seen this list.
Well, I asked you to submit, and the only thing you said, you wrote, is a KKK hood a hat? Said, no, Tom, it's not.
That's not what I asked.
You jerk. Jesus. Nor would it make the top 10, let alone the top 100. Maybe on the bottom 10.
Yeah.
The Hall of Shame.
It would certainly make the Hall of Shame, Tim.
All right, Tom.
Uh-huh.
Number 10.
Yeah.
Top 10 hats.
All right, just get on with it.
Santa hat.
Santa hat?
Yeah. Brings joy to everybody.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
You know who wears a Santa hat,
Yeah,
Tom?
Santa does.
Yeah, and he brings toys to all the children of the world.
Enjoys. But a lot of times, jerks wear Santa hats. SantaCon.
Yeah.
SantaCon's the number one event for selling Santa hats.
You know who wears a lot of white T-shirts, Tom? Undershirts?
Who?
Neo-Nazis. Tom, are you wearing a white undershirt right now?
I am, Tim. I guess, yeah. Wow, what a...
You can't judge an item of clothing by the worst person who wears that item of clothing, is all I'm saying, Tom.
Yeah.
And there's a dog here.
This dog's very upset about what you just said.
Well, the thing that I wonder about Santa Claus is kids with dogs.
Yeah.
How come they don't figure it out, Mara?
Kids with dogs? Why? Oh, that Santa isn't real?
Yeah, because anybody knocks on the door, the dog goes wild.
Oh, because if you have a kid and a dog, you're going to tell the kid that, look, dogs, they love Santa Claus. They get it. They're not going to go crazy for Santa.
All right. That's fair.
Yeah.
Because he's jolly.
Yeah.
He knows how to placate a dog.
He gives them a bone or whatever.
Yeah.
They play with the reindeer.
So you have no objection to the Santa hat? I thought that might be a controversial choice. I was trying to start it off with a bang.
It's not controversial. I mean, it's very limited. You know, there's only so many times when you're really going to be...
December.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And not even late December, you look like a jerk. You look like you're...
Let me tell you. Mm-hmm. July works also. There's Christmas in July, Tom.
Okay. All right, so number 10, Santa hat.
Yeah. Number 9.
Is there any kind of, so these are not everyday hats. This is a very wide...
Tom, these are hats. These are the best hats. These are the top 10 hats of all time.
All right. Well, of all time, then certainly I hope to see some historical hats in here at some point.
I think you might be happy with...
Well, great. I love taking a trip through history.
Tom, number 9, top 10 hats.
Yeah.
Hard hat.
A hard hat is a helmet, you asshole.
Yeah, but guess what? It's a hat. It's right there in the name.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like a joke. It's like an inside joke.
No, what, amongst construction guys?
Yeah, amongst people who wear
the
a
lunch
hard
pail
hat.
Crew.
Yeah, they're all out there on the I-beam going yeah, you know what a funny joke is? We'll call these helmets a hard hat.
I mean, that's exactly, there's never been a more apt name for a consumer product or professional product.
So, yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. It's basically just a plastic hat.
Yeah, but Tom, are you anti-blue collar? Is that what you're saying? You don't care about the blue collar workers?
No, I'm just saying.
You don't care about the Rust Belt?
This is what I'm...
You don't think it's worth your time to go to Michigan?
This is what I'm saying. These are not... You're talking about, so far, out of your top 10 list, 2 of these hats are pretty specific.
Santa hat is number 10.
Yeah,
and a hard hat is number 9.
Neither of these hats are hats that me today in March could just,
You could wear a hard hat if you get yourself a goddamn job.
But I'm saying, if I went to a restaurant wearing a Santa hat or a hard hat.
Tom, first of all, if you go to a restaurant wearing any hat, you can get right out of town. A restaurant and a hat.
What if it's a religious hat?
Not on the list.